any question or something is not clear, this is a general presentation of Sorbonne University and from our Faculty of Medicine. Then Sorbonne University is a very old university and a very new one because it was recreated in 2018. It was the merger of Pierre et Marie Curie University and Old Sorbonne University. We are combining three main disciplines: medicine, humanities and sciences, and engineering. I'm the representative of the Faculty of Medicine and the head of the international office. This is to give you an idea of the size of the university. We have more than 55,000 students and we have thousands of professors. You can see the figure on this document, which I can share with you afterwards. For the Faculty of Medicine, this is representing more than 12,000 students, and we are working with 13 research structures, with big institute of research in vision, brain, spinal cancer domains. We have quite a lot of research units. For the Faculty of Medicine, you can see on the left-hand side the touristic map of Paris. We are located in the heart of the city, or we are working with 6 main teaching hospitals in the eastern part. This in the Seine River, where you have Notre Dame and the Eiffel Tower, and we are in the eastern part. Our offices are located in Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital, which was elected the best hospital in France and number 7 in the world this year. We are also working with Saint-Antoine Hospital, which is not far away, 20 minutes. And these are general hospitals, and we have other teaching hospitals specialized in pediatrics, in vision, or various various departments are located in those smaller hospitals. This is a picture of Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital, which is a very old hospital based in the heart of the city, and this is Saint-Antoine Hospital. The students who are coming as incoming students can have their clinical rotation, clinical practice within these 2 hospitals, depending on the department selected. This is to give you an overview of the organization of medical studies in France. Our students are coming in the first year. A lot of them, we have around 2,000 students coming in the first year who are accepted, but there is a very strong selection exam at the end of the first year, and they're entering into the first cycle with the second and third year of their medical studies, and then the second cycle with the 4th, 5th, and 6th year of studies. At the end, there is a national classifying exam where they are authorized to add their specialization and PhD. Our students can have clinical rotation internships from the 3rd year till the end, the 6th year. And that means that for incoming students, you can have some internship corresponding to our 3rd, 4th, or 5th year of studies. For the courses, lectures, it's also available from the 3rd, 4th, or 5th year of studies. This is the list of courses which is available on our website. I can provide you the links afterwards, where you have, this is only a translation into English. Everything is in French, which is quite an important details. We would like to open an English curriculum, but today we have all our courses are in French. We request a B2 European level, which is average, to come to attend our courses in French, because all the exams are also in French. We offer courses from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th year, and students can select whatever they want. There is a number of hours, and they can mix all courses. All courses are recorded. That means that a student who is not available on some days can have, the record of the course and can work by himself. And we have some internship clinical rotation available in almost all disciplines. Here we have some departments who accept students who don't speak French, or very few. That means that it's what we call English-friendly departments, and you can see the list. We have quite a lot of services now accepting students who don't speak French. We will recommend a minimum level, just to understand if you want to have, some relation with the patient. Of course, having some French could be very useful, but these departments accept students who don't speak French. The list is also available on our website. In our faculty, we have a dedicated international office, which is quite new because it was not existing before for the Faculty of Medicine. And we are here to help the students and the researcher to be welcome within our faculty. For the students coming for at least one semester, we can provide some accommodation because Paris is an expensive city and it's not so simple to find some rooms. But for those coming for at least one semester, we can provide some rooms. Otherwise, for those coming for just a clinical rotation for 1 or 2 months, we have some website to give you some, some association or company who could help you to find a room in Paris. Then, as mentioned, life in Paris looks or is expensive, of course, but we could have some help for the public transport. For the 1 year, it's 350 euro, and you can use all public transport whenever you want in Paris region. And if you are coming for an hospital placement, you have a 50% refund of this amount, because when you come to the hospital, it's not a salary, it's a lump sum. It's depending on the year of study, and you could have some money for the works done in the hospital, and you have this refund of money. This is the rate per year, but you could have also a monthly rate. The hospital payment are paid, this is the amount per month, depending on the year. For the 4th, 5th, or 6th year students, this is the salary which will be paid to the students. Of course, some paperwork needs to be done to have this sum, because you need to provide some documentation and so on. And you can have also some meal for 3.30 cents at the Cruz, which is the national organization in France, who can provide some student accommodation and some food. The typical day for an Erasmus student would be morning clinical rotation, because our students are having part-time, medical practice and part-time lectures. And in the afternoon, theoretical courses, which are, it's not mandatory to go physically to the courses, as everything is recorded. But in the morning, the clinical rotation, this is mandatory every morning within the hospital for those coming and selecting some clinical rotation. The incoming student can either come for mobility of studies or mobility for just a clinical rotation, and we will adapt the program depending on the choice of the students. For the other part, extracurricular activities, we have an association dedicated to incoming students, where all kind of, touristic activities or, cultural activity can be provided. When you are a student in France, you can access to French Public Museum for free. And with your student card, you could access some specific services in Paris, some sports or theater with reduced price. Then it could be, less expensive for a student compared to someone else. This is the partners we have in Europe and in the world with some specific network. We are part of an alliance in Europe. We have there was 30 alliances founded in 2017, and we are a member of an alliance called 4U+ with Prague, Milan, Heidelberg, Copenhagen, and Warsaw, and we are a member of other type of association. We are Professor Magali Zvrek was nominated as Vice Dean for International Relations. She's the Professor of Medicine, and we are working with two administrative people working for the International Office to welcome the incoming student. And of course, we are also in charge of the outgoing mobility. And this is it for the presentation. Then please free to ask any question you would like.
Okay, guys, if you have any question about the mobility in Sorbonne, could you raise your hands or put in the chat and we'll read your questions. It's a very, very, very great opportunity to mobility. So please. Okay, Nathalie, if you could say us about how is, I don't know, the life in Paris is more necessary the language?
You mean to live normally in Paris without speaking a word of French, something like that?
Yeah.
Paris is quite an international city. Then obviously you can find some people speaking English. French people are not that good for foreign languages. It will depend. Younger people will almost all speak English properly. Older people, it could be more difficult, but if you go out in a bar, restaurant, you could always find someone speaking English. Then it's, you know, France is the #1 destination in the world for tourism. Paris is one of the, you know, most touristic city before COVID, because now, of course, it's not like before, but it's not such a trouble, you know, to be not to speak French at all. You can survive, honestly.
Perfect. Talking about COVID-19, there is a vaccine mandatory in France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you need, you know, the rules are changing frequently. Then honestly, I didn't check the last updates, but the problem is that to work in the hospital, you know, to come, full vaccination is requested. In France, it's 3 doses, which are mandatory to enter into the hospital, and 3 doses either by Pfizer or which was the other one, AstraZeneca, or the last one, I don't remember, but you know, it's a European, you know, you need to have the vaccine which are recognized by Europe. Nor the Russian one nor the Chinese one are accepted. Then it's, and for the hospital it's mandatory. Now all you know, restrictions are finished in France, or almost all, because we are only wearing the mask in the public transport or in the hospital. Otherwise, we don't have any more masks, no more restrictions. The only restriction is to enter into the hospital. You need to have these 3 doses of vaccination.
Perfect. There is one hand raised, Pamela Martinez.
Yes, hi, good morning. I have a doubt. How we can postulate for this university, and also our studies here in Mexico are validated?
Para los requerimientos para postularse a una movilidad con la Sorbona es únicamente para el momento del internado médico for clinical rotations, las que son de 1 mes a 2 meses máximo cuando estén ustedes en su internado médico. Entonces, para poder postular a ello, es necesario que formen parte del programa, el cual se abre la convocatoria cada año en septiembre para que ustedes lo puedan hacer esta movilidad en el internado. Entonces, para ustedes que ya estén planeando la movilidad, la Sorbonne es una buena opción a la cual se puede recurrir para hacer estos meses de movilidad cuando ya formen parte del programa.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And it's a question, I think, in French.
Yeah.
In the chat.
but you are not coming for a diploma, because it's an exchange. That means that you cannot become a graduate. You can't be graduated from the Sorbonne University, because medical studies in France there is a very strong regulation, law, and you cannot enter medical studies excepting from the first year. Even if you are last year student, you need to begin again from the first year. Then it's not possible to be graduated. It's not a double diploma. It's just a mobility as exchange. That means that you come for clinical rotation, or if it's not possible for you, you come for some lectures, and you have an equivalence or recognition when you come back. But it will never be a diploma.
Okay, and other opportunity, I don't know, for research, maybe?
For research, it will be done, individually, because it will depend on the profile of the students, the project of research. We have hundreds of units of research. Then it will be done, we need to see how we can proceed, but perhaps we need to have an application from someone interested in a specific topic, and we will search within our research center if there is a possibility, when, how, and so on. This can't be, we don't have any offer, open like that. Here are the profile we are looking for. It will be done, on an individual basis.
Perfect. Okay. And for academics, there are a possibility in the Sorbonne for a change of academics?
Yes, in agreement, we can always plan to have some exchange. That means, as mentioned, we would like to open a curriculum in English, then receiving some teachers, providing some lectures in English would be an interesting part to have an offer in English, or for administrative staff, why not? Although we'll be always open for that.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, because in Sorbonne we have an office of the UNAM in that.
Yes, I know. Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. I met some people of the UNAM, in Paris, but it was not from the Faculty of Medicine specifically. But yes, there will be always some opportunities.
Yeah. In the chat, there is another question. Have you have an average minimum for applied to this program of mobility?
Sorry.
Minimum average?
Sorry, the sound was cut. I didn't understand the beginning of your question because I can't see it on the chat.
Oh yeah, it was a director message.
Okay, yes, I can't see it.
Yeah, if there are a minimum average.
A minimum average. In fact, the idea of an exchange is that it will depend on your criteria. That means that this is your criteria to select the students. We are not requesting any marks or any average. We will see, if the student is coming for a clinical rotation in French. That means that we will request an average level of French of B2. If it's in English, we'll request a B2 level in English. And otherwise, we'll just let you, select the students as you want on your criteria to come. We don't have any specific selection criteria. Some head of the medical department request an application letter and a CV for each student, and he will give his answer. We are just an intermediate between the hospital and the student. That means we are not deciding by ourselves. The students who are accepted, because each time we need to check the available dates for each department and the specialization. That's why, generally speaking, we request our incoming student to have 5 wishes by department. For instance, I want to go in cardiology, in pneumology, or in pediatrics, and we check with the departments if it's available or not at that time.
Excellent.
But normally there is not such a trouble. It will depend on the time in advance where we receive the application, because we have, hundreds of departments, and we can find normally some places, but not 1 month in advance, because it will be impossible, because we are receiving quite a lot of students. We have 100 incoming students for studies and 100 for clinical rotation. Then we have 200 students per year, and then it could be, and normally our clinical rotation is 2 months each. The minimum requested is 1 month. It's possible to not under 1 month, it won't be possible, but it's minimum 1 month, and maximum would be 6 months, but it's the exception. Normally it's an average of 2 months.
Excellent. And for postgraduate,
Yeah,
postgraduate stay at the university, there is some program from mobility?
It depends what you will call postgraduate, because it will depend on the signification. Because as I mentioned in the diagram I put for the medical studies, we are in fact the first 6 years our students are called externs, extern students, and after they're becoming interns. And this is in fact 2 different cycles. We can accept students as extern, that means they are not graduated as a medical doctor. When they are graduated as medical doctor, they are becoming a staff member of the hospital, and it's other rules. Then we are not in charge of this kind of mobility. It's not possible for us to manage this. That it's only for your student considered as student not yet graduated.
Perfect, excellent. And there are some more.
There are some questions about the public transport. Yes, the price given in the presentation is a discount price. This is 50% discount. The monthly rate for public transport is 75 euro, and as student it's half, is 37 euro a month, and you can go everywhere you want in Paris region, which is of course smaller compared to Mexico City. but Paris is a small city. It's 10 kilometers south, north, and west, east approximately. The region is bigger. The region would be 100 kilometer north, south, and 100 kilometer east, west. But Paris city center is not so big. And the metro, is really is quite efficient when there are no strikes, because in France we are the country with strikes. If you're a PhD, you have to, yes, if you're in PhD hospitalization, you need to go through the hospital, which is not simple, because the hospital, in fact, our hospital are belonging to an institution which is, managing all hospital of Paris region, which is absolutely huge. And we know that it's not simple to obtain an answer from them. Then I will not, say that it's simple. It's not so simple, but you can try. The easiest way is to contact some head of departments you have identified, and then you see directly with the doctor, and afterwards you will see with the international office of the hospital. Yes, I will send you the presentation just after. I will send you to Mariana or to Melissa, and you. I suppose you can share the presentation.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Nathalie. I think that if there are no more questions, I don't know, Dr. Melissa, if you want to say something from Nathalie.
Yes, well, I think we would like to thank Dr. Nathalie David. Thank you very much for being here. You gave us some wonderful opportunities. I think a lot of information for our students to think about in the future. And we look forward also to working with our academics for the mobility that you mentioned.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nathalie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.